Welcome to Uncle Weepy's Depression Dungeon, the least helpful self-help podcast. Here are your hosts, Paul Armstrong and Jeremy Fuchsa.
I come preloaded.
Oh, you come preloaded with with what? Fonts, malware?
Malware would be appropriate if alcohol is a version of malware, which is probably an apt metaphor.
Wow.
Do you know Rainforest Cafe when you were out at Disney?
Well, I saw the rainforest. Yes, there's there's a Rainforest Cafe in Overland Park.
Of course there is. It is Disneyland. It's like Disney World if it were 100 miles wide. It's like everything you want.
Uh-huh.
No, I just filled up one of their souvenir cups full of a White Russian. Because I'm just welcoming our new...
You're just welcoming our new government.
Correct. If you can't beat them, join them.
All right.
It has two things that our world is going to become: very white and very Russian. So, woo.
I don't want to laugh because it's not funny. And it's
not funny because it's true. Oh, I wrote down in my notes. How about we talk about what happened last week? Because can you remember? I sure can't. Just about like news, like literally.
No.
What was the? There's so. God damn.
A thing happened, and then I was gonna talk about a thing, and then there was a thing that I was like, hey, there was something that happened Monday that I wanted to talk about, but
can't keep.
I don't even remember what happened Monday. And I wrote, and I've been trying. I've got my Bear app, and I've been trying to write down notes, and all I've got is I'm on top of it.
Fuck me? Is that all it says? Because that's what mine says.
No, I just have two words, and they're really, really old. Father's Day.
The movie? Yeah, I've seen that. No, just kidding. I haven't. God. Oh, it's even distractions aren't distracting enough.
Mm-mm.
And here's the thing. Even because this will be out next week, this won't even be relevant to, like, we don't have to mention what it is. It will be valid.
Right, exactly. We'll just be like, God damn, can you believe that shit?
Because last week there was something that happened. Like, can you believe that shit last week? And
right.
And this week it's completely different. Can you believe that shit?
Yep. So I'm just going to loop that. Can you believe that shit? Can you believe that shit? Can you believe that shit? Can you believe that shit?
That we should get our narrator guy to say that. Can you believe that shit? And that the speed, it's just us going for like 2 minutes.
Well, I was coming up with a list of new things for him to say. I was like, you know what, we need to update some stuff. So yeah. I think that's on the list. Yeah, Uncle Weepy needs to chime in on that.
Media Corner.
Like, I've never seen so many Supreme Court decisions in 1 week. A lot of them happened this week.
They were just trying to bargain basement those things, man. Got to get them out.
Just getting off this list. Let's just check off this list. We can all go on vacation. Unions, they're dead. Abortion clinics, they're going to be dead. So there's that. Let's see. What else can we go down on? Oh, travel ban. Yeah, cool. We're up for it. Just and swing vote guy in the Supreme Court, he's retiring at the end of the month of July. Cool. God.
Are you ready for the penis?
There's other things I think they decided too. I can't even think of what it was.
I don't know.
There was. I mean, it's so much stuff. Seriously, though. Seriously. What the fuck?
Yes, welcome to What the Fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe
okay,
that's
so here's
that's
something
it
we can
instead of
here's something we can distract ourselves on. Have you started to rewatch The Terror yet?
I have not.
Okay.
You know.
Well, then
Like I said, it fell off a truck.
Then fuck that, because it's how many you saw 1 or 2 episodes originally?
3.
Oh, okay.
Saw 3.
I can't remember how far did it get.
The first two they smashed together and played as one for the premiere, and then
sure.
So
how far did it get in terms of they obviously were sailing in the first episode?
They were sailing,
stuck.
They got stuck. Then
did you meet the Inuit woman yet?
I think I think so. I
and
barely.
Her dad.
I think I'm just going to start over. I think I'm just going to start over.
It's really gorgeous.
Yeah.
I think I remember you saying that, like it's high quality. It really is.
Yeah,
like,
it's super high quality. The first two were slow but in a satisfying way.
It is it's slow like Fincher can be. Like Fincher, or at least in his later years, has made these slow build movies. I don't know if you watched Mindhunter, but he did that on that series too. Like it's a real slow build where it's so many pieces are being just foundationally set all over the place over a long period of time. And you're like, this is interesting, and I know there's a lot of tension and I can feel it, but I don't know why or where it's going to go. And he's a master of just like, it just gets more and more. You just feel like this load of intensity. You're like, stuff is just going to blow up, and this does the same thing.
Yeah, and that's what I like about that, because it could be slow because it's poorly written, or slow because the acting is bad, but it's intentionally slow, and it just gets you. You're just like, what's going to happen? Oh my god, yeah.
And there's actors people would know. Jared, what's his name?
What's his head from Mad Men?
He was a Mad Men. He's the son of a really well-known actor, British actor.
Well, what was the guy?
MacArthur's Park. Who's saying MacArthur's Park? Crap. Do you know that song?
Huh?
Complete tangent. MacArthur's Park.
MacArthur's Park.
MacArthur's Park is melting in the dark. Richard Harris. Jared Harris. There we go. Boom.
Yeah,
all of it
Jared
came
Harris.
together.
Boom.
Yeah, he's Richard Harris' son. Yeah.
Wow, that was circuitous and
yeah.
Yeah,
and I don't know the guy's name, but he was like the right-hand man of Daniel Plainview in There Will Be Blood.
Is it the main?
Yeah, the main captain.
Ciarán Hinds.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Ciarán Hinds.
Hinds is his last name. I don't know how you say his first name.
Yeah, I couldn't even begin.
And some other people's faces you might recognize.
It's got an accent over an A.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess Charlie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Charlie.
What's the... There's a Irish name that I've seen, and when I heard it out loud, I'm like, oh, shit, I had that name completely wrong. I can't remember what it is now. Way off. I can't remember what it is now. Oh. That reminds me of a story of... my sister used to tell me the story of someone in her... She was an English major. One of the people in her class, they would have you read out loud.
Uh-huh.
And, if you read a lot but don't read out loud, some words you probably don't have correct. And she said picture skew instead of picturesque.
Yes.
Yeah. Picture squee.
Picture squee. Well, yeah, like the name Siobhan was always the one that,
Siobhan. Yeah, how do you spell that? Maybe that's it.
Siobhan.
Yes, that's it. That's exactly it. It looked like Shibuhan.
Yeah, Siobhan.
Siobhan.
Yeah.
I think it's sometime. Yeah. Yes, that's exactly the name I couldn't think of.
Took me having to meet a Siobhan to know.
I don't think I've ever met one. I think it was because of the band The Walkmen had a song called Siobhan, and I heard them singing. I'm like, oh,
Well, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think who. There was a band that had one. I think it was Bananarama.
Well, I'm your fire.
I'm your Siobhan.
I'm your
And
Siobhan.
Right. Yeah. So I added a new. Siobhan Faye.
Wow, that's quite the memory there.
I added a new feature to our episode descriptions.
Yes.
I believe starting 2 episodes ago, but boy, did we really need one last time. A new thing that we're calling Old Man Errata.
Yes. Our corrections corner, if you will, or our
Yes.
letters to the editor to ourselves.
Our things that upon a re-listen, I was like, wow, we were
that's
way
wrong.
off on that. That's not even
so
right.
wrong.
That's not even right. So,
But we're not going to read them out loud. You have to find them out.
you have to
what
go
we did
find.
wrong.
You have to go to uncleweepy.show and find the show notes, or find them in your podcast listener.
Errata. What does
and
that
I'm probably
word mean?
saying that wrong.
What does that word mean?
Like errors, the things that we did wrong.
Oh, well,
Man,
I mean, that's what I would assume, but yeah.
The ladies of Bananarama are still quite. Wow. Hello. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Not
There
to
you
be
go.
confused with the. Oh crap! Never mind. Whatever that puppet singing group was from the 70s. They're not banana. I don't think they have banana in their. The Banana Splits.
Oh, the Banana
not
Splits.
to be confused with the Banana
I
Splits.
thought you were gonna say like HR Puffin stuff.
Oh, that's in the same realm, you know.
Yeah.
Na 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 na. That's Banana Splits. I just remember them running around in fast motion through an amusement park and going.
Well, that
on rides
also
with
is
their
half
giant
of.
puppet.
Oh shit! Yes, the Banana Splits.
Is it coming back to you now?
Yeah, well, I'm looking at them right now. It's all the sunglasses and
Yeah.
I mean they look
That's right.
like a showbiz pizza place band.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember all the Sigmund and the Sea Monster.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did you just use?
What-
HR Puffin stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one that had Ruth Buzzy? No, there was one with bees or flying or. There was some. It was some older actress. I don't think it was Ruth Buzzy. It might have been Phyllis Diller. Oh yeah, she was a voice in Bug's Life. I remember that.
Yeah, she was the queen.
Mm-hmm.
Watched that while I was in Florida, sipping wine in the Kilimanjaro Club.
I like that movie. It's a rock. I know it's a rock.
I like that movie. It's my least favorite Pixar movie. I think it's everyone's least
Oh,
favorite.
are we going to go there? Are we going to go raking?
We're going to go raking. Raking
It's
the
better
buds
than,
over the
there's better than
coals.
other R words that sound like raking that I could have said.
No, you know what? I'm going to take that back. It is not my least favorite.
My least favorite would be Cars 2.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say. I'm going to change my answer. Cars 2.
A lot of people put Good Dinosaur way down, but I liked it. But
Yeah, I don't understand why people hated on that so much. I liked it. Was it the best? No, siree. But
Brave
it
was
certainly
really
wasn't the
good,
worst.
but it was very niche. Like my wife loved it, but I know why she loved it. It's because we have a daughter, so there's a lot of. I'm trying to think of all the Pixar movies. I loved
There are
Finding Dory.
some.
I loved Finding Nemo. Ratatouille's great. Up is great.
Up is
Incredibles,
fantastic.
both Incredibles are great. All the Toy Stories are pretty great. Toy Story 3 might be better than all the two previous.
I'm really, really sad that my photo with Russell and Doug from Up did not turn out as well as it did, because that was kind of like, that was my moment. Because I always like taking pictures of the characters. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. But like, I want to take my picture with the Boy Scout kid and the dog, and found them, and they're good, but they didn't quite turn out the way that. But the story, though, I got to tell you the story.
Okay.
Let's bring Disney back, just like Pat would do.
Nice.
So anyway, I've got this weird little pack that it's a nice small. It was perfect for taking to the park. It's a great afternoon out doing nothing strenuous beyond walking an outdoor mall or something kind of pack. You throw a sunscreen in there, a bottle of water, and a hat, and you're good to go. But the way the shoulder strap is made is it never fits right, and I think that maybe I wear it to where the instead it's like a fanny pack for my belly, for like my upper torso. And it looks ridiculous, but it's the only way that I can figure out how to comfortably wear it. Anyway, so I have this pack on, and it's and it's like an army tactical pack. So it's got like the Velcro to where they can Velcro their blood type or whatever on it.
Oh yeah.
And so my oldest son's Boy Scout patrol, they have named it the Doge Patrol after the Shiba Inu.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
And we actually found a patrol patch that is the Doge. So, I mean, here it is, this dog with the half surprised face. So I had some Velcro put on it, and I Velcroed it onto my pack. So here I had this little picture, this little patch of a Doge on my weird belly pack. I'm taking a picture with Russell and Doug, and they're all like da 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 da, and so Doug the dog sees the Doge on my pack, and he starts pawing at it. I was like, "Oh, you like that?" And he's like he's pointing at it, and he's pointing, and then he starts pointing at Russell, who has his merit badge sash on, which is, as you know in the movie, missing one. And I was like, "Oh, here's my moment." So. And the photographers are like, "Oh, it'd be so great if he could have blah 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 blah." I ripped the patch off because it's Velcro, and everybody shits their pants. Like even Russell and Doug, they all just kind of, and just like in the movie, instead of a pop top, I just put that little Doge badge onto his sash, and everybody loses.
That's
their
amazing.
Shit.
I hope it's still there.
Well, he's a good scout. He felt that he didn't earn it, so he gave it back to me with his head held down, which was quite a moment.
So was Russell a kid or a puppet looking kid? Like
it was. I mean, it looked exactly like him in the.
So they didn't have they didn't try to like recreate him with a
didn't try to recreate him with a kid like they do like Belle or anything like that.
Yeah,
it was a big puffy. Anyways, it was like the whole exchange because people just like, oh, we weren't expecting like all of that to happen, and then it happened, and then it's kind of like the movie, but then blah blah blah, and
that's really cool.
The pictures didn't really turn out, but it was really fun,
which is really kind of. I mean, this goes back to what we talked about last or 2 weeks ago. I don't remember about Disney, and like even those. People playing as characters do enough research to know what it means to be a Boy Scout.
Oh yeah.
Like clearly, like if it were me, I wouldn't know that you didn't earn it. You shouldn't keep it. But clearly, that person knew like Boy Scouts earn their things. And if
and I mean, he was like super excited. He's like showing all these kids in the line behind him, and it was just amazing to watch because he's like showing everybody, and he was so excited, and then he just started to slow down. And he looked, and you could tell that there was a contemplative action happening.
That's really cool.
And, it was amazing.
You were part of a performance piece.
I was part of a performance piece, and I don't have any good pictures to show for it, which sucks. But it was
no
really
video,
fun.
huh?
No video, but
no.
it was really fun just to
but you won't forget it. You're not.
I won't forget
that.
it.
That's what matters.
So yeah,
that's really cool. That's what that goes back to Disney's experiences. They just know how that's a little bit much more than anyone else would put into it.
Yeah.
To make it so unique. Like the fact that Many, many, many of them know how to do sign language, which to me is just amazing.
Yep. Did we talk about the Disney customer experience stuff?
Like where? I mean, they do it everywhere.
Well, I know.
That is their thing.
Well, yes.
Wristbands, checking in from the airport, all of that.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. The Disney Institute. We talked about that, didn't we?
I don't think we did, but I know the Disney Institute.
Okay, so this may have been an after show thing. After I got back from vacation, I started getting all these Facebook ads for conferences where you could go and the Disney Institute would let you in on a little bit of their secrets on how they are so awesome at doing what they do. And I would love to go to one of these conferences.
Yeah.
I think it would be fascinating.
That would be fascinating. That's all user experience. That's all valuable. Well, that's like when when our company got into the Disney Accelerator. The first year they did it, they gave all of these insights into what they learn about people when they're creating their games and their online content and all of this stuff. Just like all of this insight and data that they had that they're like, you can't share this with anybody, but it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like one of the first things we learned is like, because we were asking some of the mentors and stuff like, how do you go about testing features in an app or game ideas and stuff? Like, well, it's pretty easy. It seems obvious, but most people don't know is that we develop on Android because there's no waiting period for approval. Like, oh, duh, of course. And at that point, we didn't have an Android app, but so we're just like, Apple, you have to take a build, you have to submit it. If they find any code that's wonky or seems like you're testing something or it's not completely up to snuff, they'll
kick it
deny
out.
Yeah. And Android doesn't give a shit. They'll just let anything through. We're like, oh, well, cool. It's a good way to exploit that.
Yeah.
Anyway, just all sorts of little things like that. Just like average age of kids, most popular apps per age group, stuff like that. Like number of hours spent gaming, number of hours spent watching people play video games, which is interesting. Kids spend more time watching other people play video games than they do actually playing the video games themselves.
Wow. Well, that's not...
but that's at a young age.
That's not surprising to me, actually.
And then when they get to about 8, it switches.
Yeah.
It's oh, they're just researching.
No, you're exactly right. Wow. Holy crap.
Anyway, yeah. We should do that. We should see if we can do a conference and go to Disney.
I know.
Learn some shit and hang out and have some fun.
That would be great. I will put I'll put the link in the show notes because I
want to do that.
That'd be fun. Yeah. The next one is at the end of August at the Grand Floridian, which would be awesome.
I could do that.
Yeah, that would be
I might even get work to be able to pay for it.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Because that's all learning opportunities,
Oh yes, and I think that would. I can't see any reason why they wouldn't do that for you on this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey, did you know that we have after show content?
We do.
We do. We have after show content.
We do talk a lot.
We do talk a lot, and so as a matter of fact, we have almost enough equal length episodes, like 2 every time we publish an episode. We basically have 2, and so we have a super secret special feed for our whole second secret show, which contains things that are continuations of conversations, completely different. And I was thinking about that because as I was looking how you shared on Facebook today about the latest episode, I was like, you just mentioned a topic that's not in the show.
Oh.
But that's okay.
I knew we talked about it.
You knew you talked about it, but it's not in the show, but it's in the after show, in the super secret after show. And there's only one way to get that stuff.
What would that be?
Well, the best way, or actually the only way, to get that stuff is by going to patreon.com/Uncle Weepy and becoming one of our supporters. And once you do that, for only $5 a month, once you do that, you get your own special private RSS feed that you can then subscribe, get basically 2 for the price of $5. So you get the regular show, then you get the after show, and there are 2 lost episodes on that special super secret RSS feed that we never even released. So it's even more extra than that.
Nice.
I know.
You might get some magical spells.
Well,
maybe a recipe for secret liquor. I don't know. I'm making stuff up, but anything can happen.
Actually, I think that's good because we need to get creative because there are actually 3 levels of support that people could give. So they could give the $5 support, which, gives you the super secret after show feed that contains the bonus content. That's our Uncle Weepy support group level. That's $5. $10 a month is our therapist level. And so you get that feed, plus we say thank you during each episode. And then the show producers level, which is $20 or more. It's kind of like those party flyers, 2:00 to question mark, $20 to question mark. You get the feed, we talk about you, and then we'll figure out some fun present to give you twice a year. Could be a super secret cocktail. We don't know.
Yeah.
And it says as such on Patreon. It just says we're not sure what the gifts are, but we'll make them cool. We swear.
Yeah, if we get more people, maybe we'll start doing more cool things. I would love to do T-shirts or little buttons. Maybe
I would love to.
Uncle Weepy button
do some swag.
Do some swag we can give away. We can do a question answer. Sort of, you get to run the topics we talk about. We of course have complete discretion to ignore you because you might be an idiot. I'm just kidding.
Maybe
I'm kidding. But get some mention. Maybe call in. Maybe it'll be, hey, we'll talk with you. We'll interview you. Be a special part of the show at certain amounts.
Love to do that.
We're all exploring things, and as we're hitting our stride, getting more into this,
That's right.
It's very important stuff.
It is important stuff.
Because we're changing the world.
We are changing.
We're changing the world in the fact that we get to distract you for an hour from the complete shit fire of dumpster diapers that's happening in the world right now.
That's right. And for only $5 a month, you can extend that to us distracting you for up to 2 hours a week.
That's right. And you could be a part of it. And where's that again? Patreon.com/Uncle Weepy, spelled WEEPY.
Yeah, all one word. Uncle Weepy, UNCLEWEEPY. Join now. You'll be glad you did.
We'll
be glad you did. Paul will love you forever. He'll love you a long time.
I love you. I'll give you hugs. Oh, I took Xanax today. I was so...
You did what?
I took Xanax in the afternoon today because I was so overwhelmed by the news.
Oh, man. Well, see, now...
And it knocked me out.
So I was going to mention at the beginning when you said you were preloaded. So like the last... So the last 2 episodes, I haven't been having any cocktails to drink, but I instead have had 20-year-old Xanax.
That's not going to be effective at all.
It's kind of probably like a baby aspirin.
Yeah.
And
let me explain something to you that my dad taught me because he's been in the pharmaceutical industry his whole life, which is it's called efficacy, and over time the efficacy of a drug goes down past its expiration date.
Right.
So you're probably just taking a powder pill.
That's
like
fun.
Condensing flour and putting a little baking powder in it and just chewing on it for a while.
Yeah.
There might be something to it, but you would probably have to double, triple, quadruple to get any kind of.
Oh yeah, I mean, it doesn't really do a whole lot of anything other than make me sleepy a little bit earlier in the evening than anything else. My science is based off of some Air Force study that I read once, where basically, hey, we're the military and we stockpile all the drugs and we have more drugs than we could ever do anything with. So how long can we hold on to them before we really actually do need to throw them away? And while you
Do they put throw away in quotes?
Sure, if that's what you'd like to think.
That's definitely what I want to think.
Yeah, and so while absolutely there definitely is that efficacy. I mean, and your dad's exactly right. I mean, it does go down, but it takes a very, very long time. Like I feel like the 20-year-old Xanax has hit its half-life.
Yeah.
So it's like about half of what.
Yeah, I don't know what the expiration on that stuff is.
So
in general, I have no idea when it's like how long it should last. I'm sure they're all very different in terms of.
Well, it's not like bacon. You can't sniff it and figure out.
It's also like dried seasoning.
Yeah.
Like, those things eventually just start to become kind of flavorless or
right,
not as
exactly.
helpful. Yeah, not as fresh.
And who hasn't used 25-year-old oregano?
Yeah. Oh God. I swear we still have like dill from when we got married 23 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, what's this dill doing here? What do we use it for? Like, every now and then well put it in like a chicken salad.
Yeah, there was a can of pumpkin pie filling that my wife had held on to, and when she got done with law school in 2006, we were getting ready to move back to Kansas City, and we were packing the house, and right in the back of the pantry was that can of pumpkin pie filling, which at this point she had just basically held on to for a joke. And she bought that her freshman year of college.
Nice.
So that would have been 1994. So it was 11 years old.
But canned goods should last for a long time, right?
It should, but I don't know that I really want an 11-year-old pumpkin pie.
This also plays in well with talking about the terror, and you will find out.
Oh, okay. Well,
anyway,
there you go. Anyway, we felt it was time to let go.
All the doomsday people are canned goods and stuff, right? Like they should last for a while.
Oh yeah, I mean they absolutely should.
I guess it depends on what the cans are made of. You have to worry about. I remember reading about tomato
now you're making me want to Google how old can pumpkin pie be?
I know that you have to watch out for acidic based things, and the can should be lined with like that gold. Like if it's not, it can kind of strip away, and you might leak in some whatever the cans are made out of. I don't think it's steel.
Right.
But
you know who does know?
Pat Piper?
No, not Pat Piper, but the the food safety guy on Twitter, Don Schaffner.
I don't. Should I know him? Can you introduce me?
He's one of he was like a Merlin Mann fan, and then Merlin found out what this guy did.
Is he the hand guy? The hand washing guy?
No, he might be the hand washing guy.
They had some guy on Due by Friday that was all about, washing your hands and cleanliness.
Yep, this is it. Donald Schaffner, PhD. He, his research interests include quantitative microbial risk assessment, predictive food microbiology, hand washing, and cross-contamination. So, yes.
There you go. It is that guy.
Same guy.
Well, there we go.
When did they have him on?
It was like 4 episodes ago. The challenge was, I think they just wanted to check
swab your bacteria. Swab your bacteria.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna guess that's Schaffner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. I mean, God, at this point, my podcast queue is so deep.
Does that make you anxious?
I'm never going to get through. It does. It drives me nuts.
So I had 19 unlistened to episodes a couple of days ago, and I just decided that there were some that I knew I wouldn't listen to.
I did that.
I just deleted them.
Yep.
I'm like, I keep this in here. I haven't liked this show for a little while, or not interesting. Unsubscribe.
Yep. I did a cleaning, and even with my cleaning, let's see, how many is to a page? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 7 to a page. 2.
Do you use what do you use for your podcast?
Overcast.
Listening? Me too. So do you make playlists, or do you just listen to them all based on subscribe and what you get is what you get.
I have got almost 70 episodes of shows that
Whoa.
I'm way back.
That is anxious. And that is
it kills me. It kills me.
Oh.
I did make a smart playlist called Lonely Episodes, and what Lonely Episodes are those sad episodes that I have not listened to yet, and so it is all minus a couple of shows which I ended up getting rid of because I was like, shit, I'm never going to have the time to listen to them.
Yeah.
But like S-Town from Serial. Like I excluded those from here because
those are
felt like those things that, they needed to be listened to all at once. So these are just all my random, episodes of whatever the hell I'm listening to, and they just pile on. So it's the latest episode of whatever. So it's just boom, 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 boom. It just keeps on going, keeps on going. So I can listen to a Due by Friday, which then.
That's why I do
segues into Omnibus, which then but I've got 70 episodes to get through, and it feels, my God, at this point now it feels like 2/3 of them now feature John Roderick. It feels like that's all I listen to day in and day out is John Roderick's voice, which I mean you could do worse. You could do worse.
You could. So smart meaning you're looking for unplayed episodes of all the podcasts you subscribe to or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
I probably should do that.
Smart playlist of just all unlistened to episodes of anything that I subscribe to.
Yeah, I have a bunch of comedy ones. Like I don't listen to What the Fuck with Mark Maron as much anymore. No,
I got rid of that a long time
with
ago.
Pete Holmes. I don't listen to that much anymore. And there's other ones that I like are always just coming up. I'm like, I typically just skip through all of it or just wait for someone that I'm interested in. I don't need to subscribe anymore. But yeah, that's. Are you okay? It's very, very important topic.
Yes.
On your app, on your phone, boy, my brain is starting.
It's right here. It's right here. It's right in front of me. Scrolling.
Emails. Do you have like a number that's in the hundreds? Zero, not like no alert number.
What's on my badge?
Yes.
What's on my badge?
Yes.
What's on your badge?
That's personal. I don't have anything on mine right now.
Oh yeah, your badge is a 0. It's not an inbox 0, but you've got a 0 badge.
Correct.
My badge is 3.
Okay. Because I have hypothesis. It's probably wrong, but it might not be, that people that have really high numbers are attention whores.
You know what? I think there's a little bit of something to that. I mean, and let's just be honest. I'm not an animal. I'm not gonna go around and have 245.
I have seen people with the 99 plus all the time. I think that's what it does.
Oh man. Well,
I think that's what happens at a certain point.
It did not used to.
I think it depends on your app. I think it depends on the app you're using.
Well, so let's talk about out of the box mail.app on your iPhone.
That goes up to I don't know what.
That will go up to a ridiculous number.
Yes.
I remember several years ago when I traveled a lot for business with the agency, with Barkley. We were out on a new biz pitch, and I was sitting next to one of the creative directors on the flight to Nashville, and I'm looking through my my Southwest Destinations magazine, and he's checking his phone over there. And I turn and I catch out of the corner of my eye, I check the springboard down there. I see he's got his mail.app icon, and I believe it said 8,881.
What?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
8,881 unread emails.
It's like a badge of like I'm important kind of. I know that's judgy, but I really believe it's like, oh, I'm just so busy. I'm like, you want people to know how busy and important and how you just can't keep up with all of the emails that you get. I really feel like that's sort of the... Then there's also people who are like my wife who just forgets about email and doesn't really know how to get rid of and delete things that she hasn't read. Yeah. But there's people that I know that know how, and they just keep it at a big number. I'm like, it's bragging. It's bragging.
Well, but I mean, to me that doesn't tell a good story to me, because it's so what you, especially, let's talk about you, Mr. 8,881.
Yeah.
I mean, that is since that's the number that's showing up on your badge, that means that is 8,881 emails that you have willfully ignored. You haven't even taken the effort to open to see what it even is. So I
would say 70% of those are spam / marketing emails, probably.
Yeah, and I mean, sure,
just get rid of those things.
Get rid of them.
Easy.
Yeah,
I don't understand why it's so hard for people to do that.
So that way, you're looking at the other 30% that they deserve some love from you. 8,881. They need. Yeah.
You're not.
They need to know what you think about the creative brief.
Yeah, and you're also not that special.
No,
you're
not
really that special.
I mean,
the only person who can justify, although I don't, present person excluding, the president of the United States probably can have a shit ton of emails that he can't get to. I get that. Except
there are certain. Yes, there are.
But
definitely
creative director,
right?
Listen.
Right.
But, I really think it's a status thing. Like,
yeah. I work in advertising. I get thousands of emails a day.
I am the senior VP associate to the vice president of the CEO of the dick bag of design, the best marketing, bullshit sales guy. That's their title. It's really long.
Yeah.
Like, you can check emails. You just can. It is easy. There's no excuse. Maybe in the old days with just laptops and stuff, you might be away from a computer. Understandable. With your phone, it's right there.
It's right there.
It's right there.
And I mean, here's the thing. I'm a successful guy. I do pretty well for myself. I get maybe 20 to 30 emails a day, tops. 20 to 30 emails a day, tops. Why? Because I know how to handle my shit, and I know how to filter stuff. And
even if you don't filter stuff, open it up, look through it real quick.
That's right. That's right.
If not,
and if you see, like right now, from Amazon App Store, I don't want to know what's new from Amazon App Store. No. Boom, it just got deleted. Look at that.
Yes, exactly.
Look at that. I win.
Star it. Whatever. Make it, put a pin in it. Whatever. If it's important, they're like, oh, I need to get this later. It's easy to open it up and make that number go away. You just don't want to.
Yep.
You just don't want to mark it unread.
Right.
We're going to call this Dick Bag Unread Fred. That's his name.
Dick Bag Unread Fred.
If you have an opinion on this, why it happens, I'd love to hear it. I'm not going to probably agree with you, but I would like to
hear a legitimate. Yes, I want to hear a legitimate.
Why? A legitimate why?
Yeah, a legitimate why. And you know who you are, 8,881. If it's not, I know you know who this person is. By the way. I guess
every opportunity we have to shit on Pat, we're just gonna do it.
I guess I should probably.
He's a
let me
Piper,
qualify that. It's not Pat.
It's not Pat. But that has bugged me for a long time. Probably 10 years. The iPhone came out in 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
It's bugged me for a long time. Even text messages. That's almost as bad. That's actually worse to me, that people have a bunch of unread text messages or the phone badges.
Yeah, because that's that's escalating up the chain.
Oh, that's just. But those are the same people. They're the same people. They have a ton of emails. They have a bunch of unread text messages, and they have all these phone calls that they missed. I'm like, one. No badge of honor for having a bunch of phone calls you missed. This is the modern era, and phone calls are basically the bag of shit on fire in front of your front door of communication.
Yeah.
Text messages are personal. Ignoring those just mean that you're not personal.
That's right.
I'm taking a stand.
Take that stand.
You're a psychopath. You're a psychopath. You're a psychopath if you have 10 or more unread text messages on your badge. Boom. There we go. Controversy.
you have questions or topics for the show, call 816-535-1094 and leave a voicemail. Or reach us on Twitter at Uncle Weepy. If you enjoyed this show, first rate and review the show on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. Your review helps the podcast robot suggest this show to other listeners. Second, consider supporting the show on Patreon. Patrons of the show get access to exclusive after-show material. Several levels of support are available. Visit patreon.com/Uncle Weepy for details.